guys. So, a lot has happened in the past year and a half, and so I will thank you if you are still a subscriber. Thank you for hanging in there. And if you are new to this channel, I am resettled. There's been a lot going on that has happened in the last year and a half, and I am going to do a different video on that. The direction of the channel since life has changed, and that is going to change a little bit. I have some new ideas, some things that I would like to do and share, I think, that need to be shared. If you have suggestions or requests, I am going to be doing a video soon on just a summary of what's happened in the last year and a half, why I stopped recording, and where the direction, more specifically with my channel, where I want to go. So I thought I would start back with a planner lineup. So before, I only showed you one, and I am going to go through some of these and kind of give you an overview. I've already set them up for this year. I might do like decorating my planner. I might do updates and things on different ones. So I will show you what I got this year and possibly what I got from for decorations type thing, because I'm a planner girl. So if I don't have my planners, I don't have my lists, I don't have my schedules, I'm a mess. So this one is the Bloom. It's a 12-month vertical from the Happy Planner. And let's see, I've got it clipped already. So, oops. It's a dated. I do not care to really redate every month of the year in my catch-all everything planner, simply for the fact that I just don't have the time. Let's see. So I am figured out, I do know I'm not using the dates on these, which is why I covered it in washi. Trying to, at the moment, figure out what direction I want to go. I might just use it for notes or summaries of what the highlights for each month was. This is the front page to every month, and I will blur this out. This is just, I'm going to keep this side as what do you call it? Appointments and important dates. And this one, I haven't quite figured out what section I'm going to, or what I'm going to use for this section. Then I have my note papers with just general notes and things that I need to keep. And I will show you, I have set up my January. I needed some brightening up, and so flowers. This is a flower themed year. I just saw all the stickers and the planner all came together this year, so a lot of it will probably be a little more floral based than anything. So I just really love. Some of this is from, this is washi I got from Michael's, I think. Maybe from Hobby Lobby. Probably from Hobby Lobby. These are out of a Agenda 529, whatever the, I think it's the Hobby Lobby ones, but it's very cute, and I will show you that book later. This one, I did more of a journaling spread, but this is to show you, I will show you more on a one that I have not written in. This week is a more journaling spread because it's more of a laid back week. And we just don't have a whole lot of like scheduled things going on. So when the schedules kick back up next week, game on, because life is going to get crazy again. So this is how this is laid out. This one is the February and the March. the April, and the May, and the June. Nice little garden theme. July, August, back to school. No, September. Yes, September. October is gorgeous. I love the green. It's very pretty. November, I guess it's telling you should start making things. If you're going to make them for Christmas, you should probably get on the ball. And then Christmas, isn't this beautiful? I really love this one this year. And in the back, I have a pocket folder. And behind this, I have a reading log that I designed. But I don't think I'm using this. I think I'm going to change it up, and I will update you when I do. I want more room to write the author's name, and I think I want to do a start reading date and an end reading date. I read anywhere, depending on the year, 140 to, I think my highest has been like almost 300 books a year. So it just depends. When you have kids and you are sitting in the car waiting for them, running them back and forth, you have more reading time. This one is by Happy Planner, and I don't recall the name of it. Yeah. So I'm using this as my faith planner. I am going to be using the dailies as gratitude. I want to do a daily gratitude of 2 to 3, 4 things that I am grateful for, and keep my mindset on the positive. So between that one and this one, you can see between the butterflies and the flowers, it's got to be a floral theme this year. So I'm not sure what I'm using these for in here yet. This one, I am using this as these pages. I have a women's Bible study group that I meet with, and we're reading Just Enough Light for the Step I'm On by Stormy O'Martin. It's a good read. We read so many chapters a month, and then we meet to discuss and go through things. I put this together. I will probably cover this with something, I don't know, because I used obviously an old planner. I am going to be using this as sermon notes. There we go. That's the word, sermon notes. And I got this idea from either Planning with Bumble or the Scrappy Wife. I think it might have been the Scrappy Wife. I will see if I can find the video and link it down below. It was very like an aha moment because I've been struggling with sermon note organization for a while. So the boxes up here with the bullets already in them, those are going to be scripture references. And sometimes the pastors can rattle off those scripture references faster than you can flip. So I figured the date, the topic, the pastor, and any notes from the announcements that I need to make note of or remember, and I can use these just to journal what the sermon was about and the key points and that type of thing. And then we move on to these beautiful dividers, and I figure I would just, this is week 1, then this would be week 2, and I will add as I go. But these beautiful dividers. So we'll go through the dividers first. So there's January's and February's. From earth to sea to sky, may you learn to grow, to swim, to fly. Let your spirit soar. Just when the caterpillar thought her life was over, she began to fly. Beautiful. There's always something good. Nice variety there. True beauty blooms from the heart. Everything is possible. Let your soul and spirit fly. Look at this pretty Little gold accents there, just to spice it up. Live in the moment. And then a beautiful muted vintage look to this. And then the back. So these, let me see if I can, okay. So I didn't do a whole lot on this yet. Might do events that are going on for church, things I need to do for church. I might do my Bible study logs, like when my key points to Bible study, or when I do read the book for our women's group. So I thought that would be something to work on. I will show you, I have not decorated my weekly, but I'm not sure I'm going to do a whole lot of decoration on these. These are laid out a little differently than I've ever used before. So I want to kind of just go through maybe a week or two and see how I use them and what space I use. I might put inspirational quotes and things like that. So that is yet to be determined. As long as I get my gratitude down per day, I just figured something more organized, very specific, for my gratitude. And I just added this. I am not certain. I've had that for several years. I've got a couple of these. I don't know where these came from. But then we have the budget by paycheck from the Budget Mom. Excuse me, I need something to drink. My voice is getting a little froggy there. I don't know what got on here. This is from the Budget Mom, and I've been doing the Budget Mom budget by paycheck for, I think this is year 4, maybe year 3 or 4. And over the time, I have, mostly followed her method, and I've changed my priorities to work for our budget. So this is the printable. This cover is not hers. I made this just to change up my cover so that I would have the year on it for each year, because I do keep my budget books so that I can look back and it's a good reference of like, hey, how much should we pay for that doctor for this visit, or how much did this cost this year? You can always refer back. I'm a paper and pen kind of girl. I do not do digital calendars well at all. I lose stuff, things get moved, whatever. So this is the printable I bought a few years ago. And I made my own cover. And I just, this plastic part here is actually, what are they called? The cutting board mat from the Dollar Tree. I just literally cut it and cropped the corners to the size I wanted. And I'm not advocating this, but I did punch it with my Happy Planner hole punch. So do that at your own risk, because it is quite a bit thicker and you really have to encourage it. I'll have to get that cleaned off. You have to encourage it to do its thing. So I'm going to take that off for now. So I have, and I did print this on 86%. 84 or 86. I think I had to play around with it, but I did print this, and I printed each month as I went because I wanted to make sure the calendar is open facing. So I did my organization, so I had some change ups with my colors so that way I can stay on task. I have not done my financial goals yet, but I have got this laid out, started, so that when I close out January, I can just go down the list. These coordinate with the categories, so especially when you get over here and over here, it's easier just to look for the color than to make sure you're on the right line. I have not set up my yearly balance yet. We're not sure what we're going to track on these. Let's see, I do have a bill tracker, and I did that. Most of them are now autoed. And I have my key sinking funds, so I have to relabel that, but that will get relabeled. We have a propane tank, so I like to once a month check the level. We're going to see how that goes. We might have to wait until a quarter way through the year. we think the gauge might be broken, so it's not going to work to track it if the gauge is broken. I do have my challenges in here. I've kind of consolidated quite a bit this year, and I have gotten rid of, in the past I had the individual trackers for my sinking funds, because some of them are in the bank, so electronic, and some of them are cash, but I figured I can just look up on my bank account for the main ones that we use electronically. So I don't have those individual log trackers in here this year. I did not want to add more than I needed. So I'm going to do the 52-week challenge. My goal is to do this 2, if not 3 times in 1 year. And that helps us to, it's a little bit each week. And it's 36 weeks out of 52. So then it gives me plenty of time to have a full sinking fund before doing the shopping. Doing the shopping and buying the things for the kids and stuff. This one I made on my own because I just didn't want to print anymore. That Christmas one is from the Budget Mom as well. This one I just took some stickers and I'm going to keep track of, like, I do the dollar challenge, so anytime I come across a single dollar, I will keep it set aside and just stuff it in a jar. I don't know that I'm doing any of the $5 challenge or anything. We're going to see how the year goes. And there's more on that in the updates where I'm going video that I will be doing. I did this medical bill payment tracker because my husband was just in the hospital, so we're going to have some bills coming in. I actually want to find a sheet, or I might just make one that has a list of each medical bill, who it belongs to, and what the total bill is, just so I can keep track, because you would not believe how the doctor, the hospital, radiology, labs, they all seem to bill separately. Nobody bills together in one bill anymore, so you have all the bills, and I don't want to lose them. I have some notes in here for my things. This, I started a list of things that goals we want to achieve this year, kind of a thing, just so I kind of know what I need to start saving. We have a barn roof that we have some of the stuff to repair. We probably need about $200 more. We need to redo the electric. We want to add, or not add, replace the wood stove that is in this house downstairs with a new updated pellet stove, and the chimney needs work, so we have to account for that. Some more notes, some note paper. Let's see. So this one, as I said, I already set up my January. So all my bills are out here. They are all highlighted with where they're going to be, what they're going to be paid on what paycheck. So I have that already this year for January. These are swim meets, and that tells me anything to do with money goes on here. If it's a doctor bill, if it's or a doctor appointment, anything to do with money. So the swim meets and stuff, we have to pay to get in. So I put those down here for those of you with kids in sports. And so I've kind of already set up my weekly. Now here's how this goes. We focus on our bills first, and then we go to savings, because there are some that we have to save for regardless, like car insurance and tags and things like that. So that goes, so we go where the Budget Mom comes down here and then comes down this way. I go down here and over, and then down here and over. So it's just a little bit different of a setup. And I have my trackers. So I have all of those set up for each week. And then I have my expenses. So we have a bills account that I keep track of. This is for any cash spending. And then I already have it set up for when the first paycheck comes in. I automatically, off the top, money gets transferred straight to bills, and then money gets transferred straight to savings for the sinking funds that we are working on. And then we have the debt payment plan, the money net worth tracker, the monthly budget breakdown, the debt and savings breakdown, and then the comparison. And I just took, so this was part of my dilemma in the past. So I just took, I didn't have dividers, I didn't have tags, I didn't want to spend more money trying to find the perfect tag. So I decided to make my own dividers, and I just did this in the Cricut design space, and I cut it out with the Cricut, and I labeled it with monthly stickers that I already had. So I took some scrapbook paper that is more durable, and I just taped it onto the back of the month. So this is the only monthly calendars that I fill out every month that is not dated, and this is why I bought the undated printable from the Budget Mom, is because I can use this year after year. It costs me the printing and the paper, but I have an HP ink subscription, and I don't have a problem spending that money to print this out once a year. I think when I do this, I up my subscription, and between the paper and the printing, I think it might cost me about $15. I'm not sure. I haven't factored it out, but it works for me. So I just took some scrapbook. That was literally, this scrapbook paper packet was on clearance, so I think I got it for $5. But I would do a print and then a solid, and then a print and a solid. So it was very easy to set up and get that going. So this is how I'm keeping track of our budget this year. Now, what you haven't seen before is this is my canning and pantry planner. This is a different cover. Again, I made my own cover this year. I bought the pantry inventory, I will find the right word for this, from Sutton Stays, and I can a lot. I don't know if any of you've known that, but we can a lot. Our garden preserves us and keeps us for most of the year. We do as much self-sufficiency as possible, and that helps keep down the grocery budget. So this I bought it last year, and I just I reprinted some of the pages. So this one is one I found online somewhere. The Budget Mom, here you go. So it just tells you what's in season when, and it's very helpful. And this one is from Farm Flavor. It kind of just is a different look at it, of what's in season when. So this is a new overview for the year. And then this is part of her packet. So I've chosen to use the canning log, and anytime I can something, I put the date, I put what I did, the sizes, and the quantity, and it kind of helps me keep track of how much I'm canning, when I'm canning, and maybe prepare. Do I need to have more jars available this time of year than I do at this other time of the year? I'm getting ready to do inventory, so I keep track of all our spices and like everything that we have, because excuse me, I don't like going to the grocery store. And I also have learned that if I keep things on hand in general, then I don't have to go to the store. I can shop the sales when I feel like it. But she's got herbs and spices, store-bought inventory. So anything you get from the stores, and see, I do get stuff from the stores. There's home dehydrated, so I've just started keeping track of this. I did some dehydrated potatoes this year, 4 scallop potatoes, and it's amazing. I love it. It's super simple, super easy, quick, easy thing to do for dinner. My home canned inventory. There's a freezer inventory and then an other inventory, which I have not printed out. These monthlies, I've chosen to do 2 monthlies. So this is my canning one. Okay, this is, you know, if I have things that either go on sale, come in that need to be used, like we might to do freezer jams for 4-H. My daughter's in 4-H. She does food preservation, so we need to get working on some of that, and we can use some of the fruit that we have in the freezer, and that'll help clean out the freezer. There's Canuary, and that is a small group of ladies. It's the 6th year this year, I think, and what they do is they can something every day to give you ideas, to give you inspiration, to show you how to do these things. If you haven't thought of it before, you don't know how to can, this is a great group. And every day there's a playlist. There's every day there's a group of ladies that will go and can something every day. So I'm excited. Every year is different. So we will see what happens then. I will link that down below if I can find the link for the playlist. This is what I am using for my menu planning. I don't plan breakfasts, I don't plan lunches, but I do plan dinners. That is my biggest challenge is we have food. Everybody, you know, most people have food. The hard part is, what do I feel like making for dinner? What's defrosted? What can I make with what I have? So I've done this for years. I plan out the whole month. And I will put on here like sports meats and things like that. If we're not going to be home that day, I will put it, and it'll become a make it your own. I do not make dinners on Sundays. That is our leftover day and our rest day. So that's how that one's working out, and it's worked out. So I just printed these all out for the year, so I can have them in here. And then this is recipes. So I need to organize this a little bit better. But these are, this one happens to be coleslaw, which is amazing, by the way. You know, Mississippi pot roast, things that, these are canning recipes, just canning recipes and things, notes and things that I need to keep. And then I have my stickers for labeling, because if you're a canner, you want to label everything. Don't put anything away without labeling. That is the worst thing, because you come back a couple weeks later, a month later, 2 months later, 6 months later, and you don't know what it is anymore, or when it was canned or put away, so you don't know if it's good. And last but not least, this one's new to me this year, and it's not really a planner, so to speak, but I absolutely love this. This is the Dehydrating Basics and Journal for Beginners, but it's not just for beginners. I love that Darcy Baldwin from the Purposeful Pantry put this out this year. She got this published. You can buy it in paperback binding or spiral, or you can buy the ebook. And I got the ebook because it allows you to print out what you want, how many of what you want, kind of thing. And what she's done is, this is the front cover, the table of contents. So it's, I didn't print out all in basic instructions and things, but I think maybe I did. So there's a lot of introduction and a lot of information in this, what I would call the introduction pack. This is all about dehydrating. And this is, if you haven't done it before, it's, you can dehydrate most anything. Do you want to? Not on everything, but this will tell you. If you are interested in dehydrating, she's got information on how to go about looking, what to look for in a dehydrator, how to store things, how to deal with it. Okay, so that is a good read right there. This I have split up into herbs, fruit, vegetables, miscellaneous. I have a blank recipes and my blank sheets. So I'll show you in herbs. So on here, most herbs. So let's see. Ginger, she has the temperature, Do you blanch it? The suggested time, the directions, some tips, and she leaves you a side page for notes. And I love this because there's always something to make a note of, as well as how much did you have before and how much did you have after you dehydrated, and if you want to weigh it before and after. So she does this in a methodical way, and I printed out what I wanted, what I needed. And see, here's my scalloped potato one. I haven't put it on a sheet yet because I'm still altering this. But she gives you several recipes, and I printed out some of them from dehydrated items, okay? And so you can make these things for your home for sustainability. If you have too much, like we went through, we canned all the potatoes that we wanted, but we had such a bumper crop year in potatoes this year that I had to figure out what else to do. And so I sliced them up and dehydrated them, and that gave us a different option for dinners, and it's a quick, easy option. This, she has blanks, like a blank page you can print out and copy. So I copied, and you can make your own notes. So if there's something that she does not have in here, or that you just want to write up your own, you have it here. This is been and will continue to be a great resource. And so it kind of is a planner journal thing, but this is what I have lined up for this 2023 year. Now, depending on if you want to stick around, I'm going to briefly go through the sticker books and things that I got this year. I will go through the sticker books in not detail because that would take way too long.